Crying Girl in the Park and the Man in the Car Park. A story I'll never forget. There's this park near where I live. Big, half wild, half abandoned. The kind of place where the city forgets to mow the grass and the people who hang around are mostly just forgotten too. It's down the road from a few halfway houses, some work release centers. So most days, the ones with nowhere else to go, the freshly released, the drifting, the lost, they end up here, sitting on worn benches, wandering the paths, sleeping under trees. My friends and I, we're teenage girls. We know what kind of place this is. We're not stupid, but when you want to hang out without people breathing down your neck, you go to the park with the most space and the fewest questions. This day was just like any other, except for the guys we were with. Boring. So we drifted off to the edge of the sidewalk to talk amongst ourselves, barely pretending to care what they were saying. That's when she walked up, barefoot, messy hair, crying, maybe 18 or 19, skin covered in bruises, arms trembling, no phone, no shoes. She looked like something awful had just happened to her, and maybe it had. Now look, I've got instincts. I've grown up around people who would rob you blind and smile while doing it. I felt the risk, but I'm also a girl. And when another girl comes up to you looking like that, you don't turn away. She asked if she could borrow my phone. I hesitated. Of course I did, but I handed it over. She held it for a while, staring, then started crying harder. She said she couldn't remember a single number, couldn't remember anything. She told us she'd gone out with a man the night before, just for drinks, just for fun, and then something happened. He got angry, violent. She blacked out. She said she woke up in a car park with bruises and a splitting headache. Someone called an ambulance. She was taken to the hospital. They gave her bandages, but no rape kit, no questions. Then they dropped her off at the park, alone. She kept apologizing. "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to ruin your day." By now, my friend and I weren't thinking about the boys. We were thinking about her. I offered to call 999. She flinched, said the police wouldn't help, that she was a woman of color and they wouldn't care. I understood too well. So we said we'd drive her to the hospital ourselves. No ambulance, no cops. We promised we'd stay the whole time, but she didn't look relieved. She started pacing, muttering, staring a bit too long. Her voice went tight, like she was struggling not to scream. It was the first red flag. My friend went to get the car. While she was gone, the girl leaned in close to me. She said she was scared they'd put her back in the psych ward. I didn't know the full story. I couldn't make promises, but I said we'd stay. We'd speak up for her. We'd help, but she kept shaking her head, crying again. Said she didn't want to go to the hospital. Said she wanted to go to a nearby shop instead. It wasn't far, just a few miles. So we said yes. What else could we do? The entire ride there, she never took her hand out of her bag. Just sat there, digging, whispering to herself and staring at me like she could see inside my skull. I told myself not to overthink it, that she'd just been through hell, but something deep down had started to twist, uncoil, like a warning. When we pulled up behind the shop, she pointed around the back. Two men were waiting. She ran to one of them, crying again. But this time, something felt wrong. The man didn't move, didn't comfort her, just stood there, expressionless. Then he grabbed her wrists, tight. We got out of the car, confused, trying to explain the story. The man just stared at us. Then he said, "We'll handle it. You girls can come with us if you want." My friend and I said we'd follow in our car, but he shook his head. "Nah, just come with us. It's easier." His car was tiny. No way we'd all fit comfortably. Then the girl turned around, and something in her face had changed. The tears were gone, just replaced with something hollow, something cold. She started yelling, "You said you'd stay. You promised. You're leaving me?" She reached for my friend and grabbed her arm tightly, wouldn't let go. My friend started panicking. I stepped in to pull her off. Then the man said something I'll never forget. How's he supposed to believe we weren't part of this? Maybe we hurt her. Maybe we're bringing her back. And then he grabbed me, tried to drag me towards his car, calmly, quietly, like this was nothing.
I froze for half a second, then fought back. But he was stronger. He was gonna get me in that car. Until my friend screamed. I mean screamed, the kind of sound that pierces the air and makes people turn their heads. The kind of scream you can't ignore. The man let go, pushed me aside, grabbed the girl, threw her into his car, and they were gone. Just like that. We stood there, in the car park, shaking, breathing too fast, realizing in waves what had just happened, what almost happened. And still, stupidly, I felt worried for her. I still thought maybe she was in danger, maybe we should have stayed. We called 999 and told them everything. Over the next few days, we got calls back from the police. They told us what they could. The girl had been in the hospital the night before, but not for assault. She'd been brought in for drug use, mental health issues. This wasn't her first time. And that man? He wasn't her boyfriend, not her family. They don't know who he was, but they do know this. He'd been charged with aggravated kidnapping more than once. So, to the girl in the park, to the man in the car park, let's not meet again.